Good morning, everyone. It's Miss Shannon. Today's Friday, September 24th, 2021. We're going to continue learning about insects today with an insect that I think you've all seen before. Now, these insects have 6 legs, they have wings, and they usually have black stripes. That's right, we're talking about bees. Now, there are lots of different types of bees, but today we're specifically going to learn about honeybees. Honeybees are very, very important to people and plants, and we'll talk about why in a few minutes. But first, let's read the story called Bees and Their Hives. So before we read this story, which was written by Linda Tagliaferro, let's think about a beehive. Have you ever seen a beehive? What shape was that beehive? Do you think all beehives are the same shape? We'll find out in the story, but I think we will learn that different types of bees make different types of hives. So these are honeybees, bees and their hives. Honeybees, what do honeybees do? They make honey, right? Do you like honey? I love honey. Building the hive. Bees live in hives. Bees build hives in trees or logs. Look at all those bees. Bees work for about 2 weeks to make a hive. Bees use wax to build hives. Bees make the wax inside their bodies. Inside the hive, bees shape the wax into cells. Rows of wax cells make a honeycomb. Look at all those little cells. A queen bee lays thousands of eggs. She lays 1 egg in each cell. There's the queen bee right in the middle. She's bigger than all of the other bees. Young bees hatch from the eggs. Worker bees feed the young bees. So there's a worker bee. They're busy taking care of the baby bees. Guard bees protect the hive. They sting enemies that try to come inside the hive. There's a guard bee. Protects the hive from enemies. In hot weather, bees quickly fan their wings. Fanning cools the hive. Its wings are moving very fast in that picture. A good home. Bees buzz and fly into their hives. Hives are good homes for bees. There's some bees flying into their hives. The end. So did you remember there were 3 different kinds of bees in that story? They all had different jobs. There was the queen bee. She lays the eggs. She's larger than all of the other bees. There are guard bees who protect the hive to keep the hive safe from enemies. And then there are worker bees. They take care of the young bees and they build the hives. What kind of bee would you like to be if you could be a bee? A worker bee, a guard bee, or a queen bee? Tell me in the comments, what do you think you'd like to be? Now we're going to learn a very important thing that bees do right now. We're going to learn about the word pollination. Can you say that word with me? Pollination. One more time. Pollination. Pollination is where bees take pollen from one flower to another flower to help things grow. If we did not have bees, we wouldn't have fruits and vegetables to eat. Bees are very important. Fruits and vegetables need to be pollinated to grow. What are some of your favorite fruits and vegetables? If we didn't have honeybees, we might not have those fruits and vegetables. So we have to be very kind to our bees. They're very important to us. Let's do an experiment to practice how pollination works. So to do this, first you'll need to make a bee. I made a bee out of paper. I cut him out. He has 4 wings and 3 body parts, a head, a thorax, and an abdomen. He's got 2 antennae. Your bee can look however you would like. It's your own imagination. So make your bee. My bee is smaller than my hand. He's not very big. Once you have your bee, then you also need to make 2 flowers. So I made 2 flowers. Your flowers can look any way you'd like. You'll also need a spoon, some tape, and then some sort of powder to make pollen on your flowers. So you can use lots of different things to make the pollen. You could use some spices. I got paprika and cinnamon. You could use salt. You could use some powdery drink mix. If you have lemonade mix or iced tea mix, coffee grounds, anything that's light that would stick to the tape so that you can see how the pollen goes from one flower to the next flower. Once you have all your supplies, you've got your flowers made, and you've got your pollen that you're going to use for your transfer. Remember, to transfer is to take something from one spot to the next. You can put a little flat, let me grab this so you can see. I'll move you closer here. You're going to dump a little bit of your, there's some cinnamon on that one, and I think I'll do salt on the other flower. So there's some pollen on that one, some cinnamon. Then I'll put a little bit of salt on this one. There, so I have my flowers with my 2 different kinds of pollen, and then I need to take my tape. Let me set you down. I'll take my tape. I'm going to tape my bee to my spoon, just like this. There, now he's stuck on that spoon. And then I'm going to also take a piece of tape and roll it and put it on the bottom of my spoon on the curved part. Down here like this. We're gonna pretend that that's like the bee's feet, because that's where the pollen likes to collect, on the bee's feet. So I've got a piece of tape on the bottom of my spoon, and then I'm gonna have my bee land in one flower. See if I can show you. Boop. Uh-oh, look what's on the bottom. There's some pollen. Now my bee's gonna buzz, he's gonna fly over to this flower. It's gonna land on that one, collect some nectar. Look what happened. Now I have pollen from that flower on my bee also. So have fun with this experiment. You can see how this works. If you have your bee land on your flowers, you can see the pollen move from one spot to the next. It collects on the bottom of your bee's feet. They have little baskets that they carry pollen around. So have fun with this experiment. Practice pollinating your flowers. I look forward to hearing from all of you. Take some pictures and share them with me. I'm also going to post a little video for a little science video to learn more about bees and how they pollinate things. All right, have a great Friday, everyone.